What's up, fans? Sydney Colson here. Super excited to be in Indy. Cannot wait to see y'all in Cambridge. See you soon.
Critics, including Cheryl Swoops, have argued for months that no one wants to play for the Indiana Fever. However, earlier this week, two-time WNBA champion Sydney Colson arrived in Indiana with a statement that directly challenged that claim.
I'm super excited about it. I'm going from a team that was in the media, like people are excited to watch us, into another team that is arguably the most talked about team in sports right now, especially in women's sports. So this fan base, it's exciting to be a part of a team that has a lot of positive energy around it.
From the moment Sydney Colson proudly held up her new Fever jersey to her energetic appearance at the Pacers game, her arrival sent a clear message to those who doubted the franchise. However, it was her press conference that truly made an impact, offering perhaps the strongest defense of Caitlin Clark from a veteran player yet. Ready to hear it? Let's dive in.
Oh, girl, I'm gonna put on some other clothes. Oh, dope. I'm like, I thought I saw a reflection when I was coming across the street. I'm like, wait a minute. Hey, what up, baby? How are you? Long time no see. It's been a month.
Remember when Cheryl Swoops claimed that no one wants to play for the Indiana Fever? Sydney Colson just proved otherwise. Her first day in Indiana told a completely different story. From the moment Colson walked into the Fever facility, the energy shifted. A now viral arrival video captured by the team showed teammates and staff rushing to greet her with genuine excitement and open arms. This wasn't a scripted PR moment. The pure joy on their faces said it all. The Fever weren't just welcoming a new player. They were
Hey! Hi! Hi! I know. Hi, baby. Hi!
What's up, baby?
Oh, it's good to see you.
Too. How are you?
Good, how are you?
What's up, baby?
How are you?
I'm good. Good to see you. What up, A?
Who let you in here?
Man, how are you? Good to see you.
What up, Sydney?
How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
I heard bad things about you from A.
Horrible. You know me.
Oh, geez.
How you doing?
How you doing? I'm Sydney.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Already met. Okay, we're all grown up.
What makes this moment even more powerful is how it directly contrasts the narrative that's been circulating for months. While critics insisted that no one wanted to play for the Fever, Colson's arrival told a completely different story. The excitement, camaraderie, and genuine joy from her new teammates sent a clear message. This is a team players are eager to join.
The jersey. Aww. Dope. Yes. It's so weird to see yourself in new colors. I love it. I love it. What's this?
Definitely they sent you the Fever. No one wish you had one.
I've seen Sydney Colson's face when she first laid eyes on her new Fever jersey. The pride and excitement were undeniable. Grinning from ear to ear, she held it up, fully embracing her new team colors. But this wasn't just about putting on another uniform. It was something deeper. It marked the beginning of a new chapter, a fresh opportunity, and a chance to be part of something special taking shape in Indiana. Her interactions with the Fever staff spoke volumes too. General Manager Amber Cox didn't hold back, saying, "I think she's going to bring a lot of joy to our lives this season." That sentiment, paired with the energy surrounding Colson's arrival, made one thing clear. She and this team were meant to be together.
She was somebody we targeted really early to come in and play that backup point guard role. We have ultimate faith and trust in her in any situation that we put her in. She's going to be able to lead our team. And obviously, you know, great personality as well, brings a lot of fun and levity to the locker room. Again, that experience, knows when we need which side, right? Like the serious, the tough veteran leadership versus the, you know, fun, playful Sid. So I think she's going to bring a lot of joy to all of our lives this season.
Instant chemistry Sydney Colson displayed with everyone she met speaks volumes about the culture being built within the Indiana Fever, one that directly challenges the negative narratives pushed by certain former players. What's especially striking is how quickly Colson's arrival video took off on social media. The Fever's metrics showed the post absolutely exploded, racking up thousands of likes and retweets within hours. But this wasn't just about a new player signing. It was about fans rallying around Sydney's genuine excitement to be part of this team. That kind of authentic connection isn't something you can fake. And with every moment like this, the criticisms about the Fever seem...
When we set out in free agency, it was to bring in veteran leadership, and we've done that. Players who have had deep playoff runs, we've done that. You look at a player like Sydney Colson, coming off what she's been able to do in Vegas, dating back to her, championship in Texas A&M. She's a winner, knows how to win, knows how to play a role. So she was somebody we targeted really early, but, just looking down the line in free agency, just really excited. When the plan comes together, you feel really good about it. Again, it looks great on paper. We got to get everybody on the court, but overall, really excited about the roster.
But Sydney Colson didn't just show up for the cameras. She showed up to work. From her very first practice, it was clear why the Fever wanted her. She brought an elite level of commitment, displaying both her skills and infectious energy, reinforcing exactly why her veteran presence is so valuable. This wasn't a player reluctantly joining a team. This was someone who couldn't wait to.
A lot of things. It was Amber and Kelly, Stephanie, Kelsey I played with at Athletes Unlimited for several years. Love Caitlin's game, love Aaliyah's game. It made sense. I made this decision mentally before DB and Natasha were even a part of the mix. And so all the new additions, Breezy, Sophie, it's going to be a fun season. And
what makes Sydney Colson's arrival even more significant is the timing, something many people may not realize. She committed to the Fever before other stars like Natasha Howard and DeWanna Bonner signed. This wasn't about following the crowd or jumping on a bandwagon. She chose Indiana because she wanted to be there, regardless of who else might join later. The critics who claimed veterans would avoid Indiana at all costs now have some serious explaining to do. Not only did Sydney actively choose the Fever, but her genuine excitement about the opportunity completely contradicts the negative narrative surrounding.
All right, switching gears now, we are looking forward to a new season for the Indiana Fever, now less than 2 months away. And today we formally introduced the team, I should say, formally introduced its newest player.
Yes, so here she is. This is guard Sydney Colson. She is joining the Fever following 3 seasons with the Las Vegas Aces. That is where she helped the team win back-to-back WNBA titles in 2022 and 23.
Those critics weren't just wrong about Sydney Colson joining Indiana, they completely misjudged what she would say once she got there. At her first press conference with the Fever, Colson had every opportunity to give a neutral, carefully worded response about Caitlin Clark. Instead, she delivered a statement so powerful that it sent...
So listen to what Colson had to say today when asked what she is hoping to bring to the Fever.
The atmosphere inside the Indiana Fever press room was electric. Journalists packed in, cameras rolling, all waiting to see if the veteran, champion would confirm the narrative that established players resent Caitlin Clark's spotlight. The tension was palpable. For months, critics like Cheryl Swoops had pushed the idea that veterans would be uncomfortable with all the attention on a rookie. This was the moment of truth.
What was it like to watch what Caitlin did for this franchise from afar? Different perspective.
yeah, no, it was nuts. There's no other way to say it. It was nuts. I think, you're seeing a team that's now affecting the economy in the city. You got people coming from out of town, out of state, out of the country, maybe even to see games. And so that's special.
You've been studying.
Huh?
You've been studying those studies.
Yeah, man, I try to pay attention, but no, it's been cool to see. Caitlin's a remarkable player. She's going to be good here for a long time. So I know people are excited about, her future here.
When a reporter finally asked the question, everyone had been waiting for, what did Sydney Colson really think about Caitlin Clark's impact on Indianapolis and the WNBA? The room fell silent. You could hear a pin drop. Sydney didn't hesitate. With complete authenticity and a hint of amazement in her voice, she delivered 3 words that would completely dismantle the critics' narrative.
Stephanie just talked to me about how she saw me fitting in as a piece on court for the team. And that was really important to me. Like you said, I've been in the league. This is my 14th season out of college. And, you know, I've never been considered a lot in free agency. And so for her to see my value, it meant a lot how she was, you know, working me in to be a part of the team. And, yeah, I said I want to play on court more in my last couple seasons in the league if I have that. So this was just the right fit. Right.
The entire room shifted. This wasn't the reluctant acceptance many had expected. Sydney Colson's body language told the real story. She was genuinely enthusiastic, leaning forward in her seat, gesturing confidently as she expanded on her answer. There wasn't a trace of resentment. Instead, her expression radiated respect for what Caitlin Clark has accomplished. Sydney went even further, emphasizing Clark's massive economic impact, not just in Indianapolis, but beyond. She spoke about fans traveling from across the city, out of state, even from other countries, all to witness this moment in basketball history. And she described it with pride, not jealousy. This wasn't a veteran begrudgingly accepting a rookie's popularity.
What do you see your role being with this team then, given the roster that you're coming into?
I think similar to other places where I've been, I'm bringing veteran leadership, knowledge, energy, like swinging the defensive momentum, and just being that person that's dependable. And, you know, I'm going to always come in and do my job, and I'm going to be happy in my role, and I'll thrive, whether it's 8 minutes, if it's 15 minutes, if it's 2 minutes. I'm going to play hard and get everybody involved, and I want to win ultimately.
Perhaps the most telling moment came when Sydney Colson called the Fever, arguably the most talked about team in sports right now. That statement alone shattered the critics' narrative. Far from shying away from the spotlight that comes with being Caitlin Clark's teammate, Sydney embraced it. Her confident posture, her genuine smile, this wasn't just PR talk.
I hear and see the things that people say, but I know the true Indiana Fever fans, the ones that love basketball, that they love the WNBA. I'm excited to be playing in front of them and just with this team.
But Sydney wasn't done dismantling the critics' narrative. In what might be the strongest endorsement yet from a veteran player, she called Caitlin Clark a remarkable player who would be good here for a long time. No ambiguity, no hedging, no backhanded compliments, just pure, straightforward respect. From one professional to another.
What do you anticipate it being like to be part of all these sellouts and being the biggest show on wherever you go now?
I think it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be remarkable. And what I always thought about when I was on a team that wasn't getting that kind of visibility, whenever you go play the teams that are, that's when you bring your best game. Because now it's all eyes on your team too, and people, you know, hopefully will be tuning into our games and seeing players from other teams that they like, that are exciting, because there are a lot of good players around this league. So I think what we're going to be able to do, what the Aces, the New Yorks, what we're able to do is elevate the game and get people to respect our entire league, you know, not just a few teams.
The sincerity in Sydney's voice was unmistakable. This wasn't empty praise. It was genuine recognition of Caitlin Clark's legitimacy from someone who knows what greatness looks like. For all the talking heads who insisted veterans would resent Clark's popularity, Sydney's words and demeanor proved the exact opposite. True champions don't reject talent. They recognize and respect
work ethic, how to persevere, not getting too high or too low, and just playing as a team. And it can make all the world a difference to win. And got a very hungry team here. I've said several times, a lot of people didn't want to see Indiana after their all-star break, how they came and finished the season. Nobody wanted to see them in the playoffs. So I'm excited to see that group back, but also adding in a lot of veteran experience and a lot of winning veteran experience.
Sydney also took a moment to acknowledge the Fever's dedicated fan base, saying, "I know the true Indiana Fever fans, the ones that love basketball, that love the WNBA. I'm excited to be playing in front of them and with this team." Her words reflected a deep appreciation for both the longtime supporters and the fresh energy Caitlin Clark has brought to the franchise. Rather than drawing a line between the old and new, Sydney embraced it all, Just another sign that the culture in Indiana is stronger than ever.
Got a lot of players from a lot of places coming together in sort of a new look to a roster like this. What's the secret to making this all gel ultimately when it comes time to put it together?
Well, I think that everybody asked the questions that they needed to ask in free agency, and they trusted what they heard. And so now it's just about everybody showing up and doing the role that people expect you to do. If I'm known for my defense and playmaking, I have to come in and do that. People are expecting certain things out of you. The coaches are expecting certain things. Your teammates are. So it's just being a professional, showing up and doing your job so that everything can gel together and come with.
The Fever signed Sydney Colson. Casual fans saw just another roster move. But basketball insiders knew better. They recognized something far more significant. There's a reason this signing might be the final masterstroke in a championship blueprint that has been quietly taking shape all off-season.
Super excited to be in the city, to be in the community, just showing that we care, that we want to immerse ourselves here. And, I think they are welcoming us with open arms.